In this video, I want to give you my overall perspective on raising math scores. So, SAT and ACT math is the one part of the test that's actually kind of covered in school. So that's cool. All your math homework in school is really preparing you for SAT and ACT, not necessarily so true of the grammar, reading, and ACT science sections. Even science, believe it or not, it's very different than the science you do in school. So, math is like a foreign language that you've been learning since kindergarten. And it takes a long time to build those skills. And I'd say the math scores are the longest, hardest, and slowest test prep scores to raise. That said, you can absolutely raise them very high in big jumps. And the way to do it is imagine that, don't even imagine. There are basically about 70 or 80 topics on SAT and ACT math, depending on how you define them. And some of them you're going to be really strong on, probably because you had a really good teacher at some point in the past, and others of them you're going to be a lot weaker on, also probably because you didn't have a good teacher then. There are other factors, but it's usually the quality of the teacher and how well you get along with them. It determines how well you learn something. So what you need to do is figure out which topics you're totally strong and solid on and which ones are fuzzier and you need help with. So the way you do that is through practice tests and start reviewing your wrong answers and start noticing the types of questions you're getting wrong. And in addition, obviously, to memorizing the math flashcards that we make, working through the companion document questions on any of the cards that feel a little shaky, you're gonna need outside help for sure. It could be by watching YouTube or Khan Academy videos. There are a lot of really good videos where math tutors have done the questions on real SATs or ACTs that have been published and worked through them step by step. And when you look up those tests on YouTube and find the videos of from tests that have questions you've struggled on, those videos are so helpful. Another really helpful move is find a friend who's really good at math and say, hey, would you be willing to just go over 2 or 3 questions with me a week? Go to the office hours of your math teacher at school and just bring them, 2 or 3 of the questions that you struggled on from the week before and just make that a weekly habit. You can obviously do this with a math tutor as well. We have amazing math tutors, so reach out to us if you'd like to work with one of them. And another key part is when you're doing the real practice sections, and reach out to us if you need real practice tests, we can share them with you. Go over the questions you got wrong and try them a second time. Probably about half of them were little mental errors or blocks or slips that you could actually self-diagnose and correct on your own. You don't want to be going over those questions that you actually can get right the second time. You don't want to be spending your precious time with your friend who's good at math, your math teacher at school, your math tutor, or your YouTube time. You don't want to be spending that time on questions that you actually could get when you try it the second time. The key thing you need to find are all the questions that you've tried a second time and still cannot get. Those are the ones to get outside help with. And you need a regimen of by talking to my friend who's good at math and my math teacher at school and my math tutor, let's say, and spending a half hour on YouTube videos every week, I am going to go over 15 questions per week that I did not know how to do on the second attempt for my practice test. And that's how I'm going to fill in all the little gaps and clarify all the little fuzzy, unclear areas in my math knowledge so that I can know those 70 or 80 topics on this test totally cold, and then you're going to ace the test. But it's a long-term, regimented, every week I will get this many questions answered through these avenues that I mentioned over months. That really raises your SAT and ACT math score. Good luck. Get to it.